Hey guys, I got a special video for you today. So the people at Evolution sent me out this saw. This is their double bevel 10-inch sliding miter cut saw. It's the R255 SMS. And I know what you're thinking, but Evolution's a British company. Shouldn't you just throw that in the harbor? Well, first off, my mother's British, so that's rude. Anyways, they contacted me and were like, hey, you want to test out this new version of the miter saw we have? And I was like, that's perfect, because mine just took a dump and I've got a ton of house stuff I've been working on. So for the last 3 or 4 months, that's really what I've been using it for, is mostly wood stuff. So I've done all the molding, hundreds of feet of it, some flooring, had to reframe the doors, and so I used this to cut all the 2x4s and 2x6s and all that stuff. And I also cut a ton of coupons for welding some 1/2-inch thick plate. The original blade finally dulled out because I tried cutting some cement board for the siding of my house, and it cut through it. It just dulled the blade. You can see it right here. There's no edges on it anymore. Anyways, they make a few different blades for it. They have this one, which is for like your maker type person. So if you're doing a lot of wood and metal pretty often, this one's awesome for that. If you're doing just steel, they have an all steel blade, which I'll probably get because that's mostly what I end up building here. And then we have the diamond blade, and that's a masonry one. So like that cement siding, that's what I should have used for this. I actually almost bought this one before I bought my chop saw, just because of the fact that I can spin it really simply and I can do double bevels with it. But I wanted the all steel one, so I got that one. And now that I have this, I probably should have just bought this one in the first place. Yeah, it can't cut as deep as that, but since this one's so long, you can actually cut longer material than that one and then just flip it over and cut the other side. Because it's got a laser on it that's actually really accurate, you can just line up your cuts that way and you can cut all the way around whatever piece you need. But anyways, let's get into it. The first Evolution saw I ever bought was this 15-inch chop saw. This thing is a beast. It's solid, heavy as crap, and that clamp is going to stay put. Cuts through all the steel super fast. It's one of my favorite saws I've ever used. Definitely my favorite that wasn't a cold cut saw. This was the second Evolution saw I bought. This one's just another steel one, but it's basically a skill saw. And this one's great for cutting parts out of like 3/16 steel plate. That's what I pretty much bought it for. Right here I'm zeroing out my angle finder. And then I'm putting it up on the blade, and you can see it's like a perfect 90. So then I just zeroed it out from there and leaned it over until I got the bevel that I like. Now I just put in some 1/2-inch steel or 3/8, whatever you want to weld, and you can glide right through it and make a perfect bevel. Now you can either grind a little landing in there or weld them as is. Right here I'm just cutting a 45 on some square 095 tubing. Once you cut through it, you have a perfect 90. Here I'm just cutting through some 1/4 round to finish up along the flooring inside my house. This is some 3/4 inch all thread, and you can see how I lock it down and it just stays right there perfect. Right here, I'm just showing you how good this clamp works. It looked like it was just going to be junk, but all the ways that you can actually use this thing is pretty cool, and it just stays in there solid. You can see I'm really wiggling around on it, and it just stays put. Here I'm just cutting a 45 on this base molding so I can fit it into place. And then I'm just going to go ahead, mark it, and then cut another 45 in it. This is some solid 2" by 1.5" aluminum, and it just glides through it like butter. This is some 4" Schedule 40 ABS plastic, and you can see the blade can't quite reach all the way through it. But with that laser, all I have to do is spin it, match up the laser right where I want my cut, and then cut the rest off, and it's a perfect cut. It glides right through this 1.5" Schedule 40 pipe. And you can see there's some nails in that 2x4, so you'll come into this a lot with like old 2x4s, and it just cuts straight through it. This is that cement siding board. Do not cut it. It'll dull your blade. Alright guys, that does it for today's video. I seriously like this saw a lot. I'm not just saying that. I'm not a salesman. Most of the time I don't accept people's offers to try out their stuff. But I already have 2 Evolution saws, so I was like, yeah, definitely I'll try that. So if you want to know more about them, just go on Evolution's website, and they got all the specs and where to find them at. You guys have a good one.